My sister left my toddler nephew home alone for 3 days while partying in Vegas, then faked his urgent medical emergency to trick me into canceling my honeymoon so I could rush home and babysit him. When I filed charges, she hired her lawyer brother to paint me as an unstable kidnapper in court, so I destroyed her life in every way imaginable. My sister Megan had always talked about being the cool mom. Growing up, she'd constantly say her kids would be her best friends, how she'd never be uptight like other parents. So when Liam was born, I expected her to be obsessed, and for a while she was. Always bought new storybooks, took dozens of pictures of him, spent hours memorizing dinosaur names. But on his 4th birthday, Megan got him the worst birthday gift of all time. She abandoned him. I still remember her calling me in tears, telling me she just wanted to drop him off at the fire station and let the universe deal with him. And instead of yelling at her or telling her she was a bad person, I asked if she wanted me to babysit more often. You see, Megan was a single mom who had just gotten out of her postpartum depression, so I figured that if I just helped more, then everything would be okay. And for a while it was. I started with 1 weekend a month, then once a week, then almost every single evening. Liam was like the son I never had. Fast forward to last month. Megan asked if I could watch Liam while she went to Vegas for a bachelorette party. But here's the kicker. Ryan, my husband of 2 years, had planned for our honeymoon to be during that time. 2 years married, 2 years saving every penny. Plus, I had given Megan 4 months notice. So I said no. To my surprise, she didn't even seem mad. Just laughed it off like she realized she was in the wrong and said she'd find someone else. I should have known Megan would never be so quick to admit she had made a mistake. I was fast asleep at 3 a.m. when my phone vibrated so hard it almost fell off my table. When I saw Megan's name, I answered immediately. She was literally crying her eyes out and couldn't form proper sentences. She said I needed to come back right now because her son Liam had been hurt. That's all I needed to hear to start packing my bags. But then Megan continued. Liam had been hit by a drunk driver, and they had to airlift him to perform open brain surgery at the children's hospital. And obviously Megan needed me. Everything happened in a blur. We packed through tears, begged airlines for emergency seats, watched $8,000 in non-refundable bookings vanish. On the flight, I tried to get in contact with Megan, but she was ghosting me. No text, no call, nothing. As soon as me and Ryan landed in JFK Airport, I called the children's hospital to see if Liam had been admitted. The nurse told me she wasn't seeing any pediatric trauma patients by that name. Adrenaline filled my veins. We called 6 hospitals. Nothing. Megan's phone was still going straight to voicemail, so we did what any responsible adults would do in that situation. We broke into her home using the spare key under her mat, except the door was already unlocked. And when I walked in, I expected to see Liam lying in bed with Megan standing over him. But no, we found him sitting on the couch, playing on his tablet surrounded by empty cereal bowls, completely uninjured. As soon as he saw us, he wrapped his arms around my waist and practically started cheering. Yay! Hello! I peeled him off of me and gently asked where his mommy was. She left 3 days ago. She told me she couldn't afford a babysitter, but that you would be back from your vacation soon to take care of me. So you didn't get into any accidents or injuries? Ryan asked, trying to wrap his head around everything. No, why would I be hurt? I can take care of myself, Liam responded, joyful as ever. My blood went cold. I called Megan from her landline, and this time she picked up. The first thing I heard was the song California Girls blaring in the background. Hey, what's up? She asked, slurring her words together. What the F is going on, Megan? What do you mean? She asked, as if playing dumb would work in this situation. You told me Liam was in surgery. I was then interrupted by the sound of Megan cackling like a witch. Ha ha ha. I knew if I lied, then you wouldn't come back. You were being super extra about your honeymoon. Must be nice having money to throw around while single moms struggle. Behind me, Liam asked in a small voice if he could live with us. He said Mom didn't want him anymore. Megan must have heard him through the phone because her tone shifted instantly, venomous and cruel. She accused me of turning her son against her and said this had been my plan all along. That's when I finally realized Megan wasn't some misunderstood single mother. She was a washed up, irresponsible, self-absorbed sociopath. And I was ready to make her pay. I hung up on her mid-rant. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely hold the phone. Ryan was already in the kitchen making Liam a proper meal. The kid had been living on cereal for 3 days. 3 whole days alone. He was 4 years old. I sat down next to Liam and tried to keep my voice calm. I asked him if he'd been scared. He shrugged and said Mommy told him he was a big boy now. Said she'd done it before when I was busy. My stomach dropped. This wasn't the first